That was the last of the middleweights. We're now getting ready for the heavyweights. Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine, 24 years old. He'll be boxing against Artur Beterbiev from Romania. Excuse me. Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine will be boxing Artur Beterbiev from Russia. Let's take a look at Beterbiev's resume. 2007 AIBA World Championship, Chicago, placed second. 2008 Summer Olympic Games, China, placed ninth. 2009 AIBA World Championships, Milan, placed first. He also placed first in the Russian selection tournament in 2009. He placed first at the European Championships in Moscow in 2010 and first at the Russian National Championships in 2011. He's ranked #1 in the world, Artur Beterbiev from Russia. He's got Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine. Oleksandr's far from a slouch. He boxed in the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing as well. He lost to Clemente Russo from Italy. Again in 2008 at the AIBA World Cup in Moscow, he placed second. And in 2009 at the AIBA World Championships in Milan, he placed third. 2009 later at the AIBA President's Cup right here in Baku, he placed first. He's a multi-time Ukrainian national champ. He beat Tervel Puleva of Bulgaria, who was #9 in the world yesterday, who retired in the 3rd round. Beterbiev beat Zarkin Kubau of Tajikistan, who retired in round 2. So these two boxers are well equipped to handle themselves. Beterbiev from Russia in the red corner, Usyk from the Ukraine in the blue corner. And the Russian coming in with a bobbing and weaving style. The slightly shorter man, perhaps the stronger man. Usyk keeping his distance. Most likely doesn't want to taste the power of Beterbiev, at least not too early if he doesn't have to. And now you see Usyk doing a good job with his lateral movement, turning his man, while Beterbiev continues to hunt him down. A left hook by Beterbiev sails over the head of Usyk, and Usyk continues to press forward here halfway through the first round. And now Beterbiev looks like he found something, perhaps a weakness he could exploit in Usyk. Beterbiev continues to push forward. Nice straight left by Usyk. Beterbiev keeping his hands a little too low. Like to see them a little higher. Usyk, if he could stand his ground like that, throw jabs, move forward, not backwards. Very hard to box while you're moving backwards. Never recommended. You could avoid punches by moving backwards. It's called retreating. But bad to box as a principle while moving backwards. You could counterpunch while moving backwards. You shouldn't try and box while moving backwards. Usyk wants to get off his heels. He wants to start pressing forward, hold his ground. If he needs to, clinch with Beterbiev. Push him off of him. Let him know he's not going anywhere. These are the heavyweights. They're designed to slug. They're designed to hit hard and to hopefully absorb a little more punishment. That's a nice left hand, a rear left hand by Usyk, and it's also some nice movement. And now you see Usyk starting to exert his will a little more on Beterbiev. Beterbiev's not going anywhere. That's the end of round 1, and the Ukrainian with a 6-2 advantage because of boxing like that. Good movement. and good lateral movement. Look how he avoids the onslaught, the rush by Beterbiev, and then some good counterpunching as well. So Usyk standing in the corner of note, Beterbiev sitting, not editorializing, not forming opinions, just stating the facts. The referee's going to call the boxers to scratch as they're almost there for round number 2. Left hand to the body, a good jab by Beterbiev. Nice to change it up to keep the boxer that you're facing guessing. Don't want to be predictable and let him know where you're going before you get there. You want to get there on surprise and on power. And if you can pick up some style along the way, well, that's an added bonus in your repertoire. And now Usyk going to start to let his hands go a little bit. He's boxing in the southpaw stance. He's using his right hand jab well. He's boxing and turning, also very effective. A right hand by Beterbiev, though, scores on the temple, and it looks like he buckled Usyk, and he senses it. Usyk a little shaken, and Beterbiev going in for the finish. He's going to try and end this one here in the second round if he can. Beterbiev, a big puncher, lots of experience. He knows how to finish a fight. It's taking his time with it too. Notice he's not losing himself. He doesn't want to give Usyk too much breathing room, but he doesn't want to make a fatal mistake either and get caught with a counterpunch. And it looks like Usyk now coming on strong. Usyk's got a very impressive frame for a 91-pounder. Very well proportioned, great body movement, and he's fast. All great attributes. A nice punch to the belly by Usyk. Another one and another. Four consecutive left hands by Usyk. And another to the belly. Usyk found a spot, an opening, a hole in the wall that he's able to climb through. And he's starting with his fist. And he will gradually make his ascent straight through if he can. Again, in boxing, the key is not to punch your opponent. The key is to punch through your opponent like you're punching through a brick wall. You don't just want to hit the brick wall and have your hand break. You want to punch through the brick wall and have the wall break. And that's what Usyk looks like he's trying to do in this bout. A chopping right hand by Beterbiev, and now he's got Usyk back on the ropes. And here comes Beterbiev. He's got Usyk. He throws a right hand, and Usyk is bobbing and weaving. He's trying to stay out of harm's way. He's crouching. He throws a right hand, more out of necessity, more out of survival instinct. It worked well for him. And now they lock horns. They clinch. Round 2 has come to a close. This will be an extremely important round, and it's 12-8 the Ukrainian. So the Ukrainian holds on to that 4-point advantage that he had after the first, because round 2 was a 6-6 round. Therefore, a much better round for the Russian, but just not good enough. He scored 4 more points than he had in the first round. However, the Ukrainian scored 6 as well. They both punched to the tune of 6 points in the second, and now the Ukrainian is going to do his best to hold on to that lead, while the Russian is going to need to get over the mountain. Boxing resumes here. And as much of what we saw in the last round, except now Beterbiev only has one more round to get his man. The ref keeping a close eye on the action. These are two big men in there. Anything can happen. One punch is all it takes in this sport of boxing. Not only to change the tide of a bout, but to outright flatline it and stop it in its tracks. Nice left-right combination by Usyk. He keeps Beterbiev off of him. Like to see Beterbiev put the offense back on. Granted, he's up by 4 going in. He doesn't have to skate away. He could keep boxing. He seems well equipped to hold his own in there with Beterbiev, does Usyk. Beterbiev, on the other hand, has no choice. He has to box. He's got no choice. He needs to score 4 points plus in this round. Will he be able to do it? Or will young Oleksandr Usyk be able to do the impossible, or so it would have seemed? He beat the number 9 in the world yesterday. That was Tervel of Bulgaria. Now he's fighting the number 1 in the world in Artur Beterbiev at heavyweight. The most glorified of all weight classes. Can he do it 2 days in a row? Can he unseat 2 top 10 ranked boxers back to back and march on forward to the finals? If he could beat number 1, well then mathematics would tell you that he could beat anyone else in this tournament in this weight class. However, styles make fights, and there's no way to say that because he could beat Beterbiev, he could beat the others. Now, it looks like that was a clean punch that put Usyk down. We'll need to take another look on the replay to see exactly what put him down. He doesn't look like he was injured. It could have been that he was caught off guard. He seems right where he needs to be with 14 seconds left still. And Usyk throws a right hand that falls just under the chin. Excuse me, Beterbiev does, falls underneath the chin of Usyk, and now, with just 2 seconds left, this one's going to go to the scorecards. And I believe that we just witnessed a big upset in the favor of Oleksandr Usyk. Beterbiev looks a little forlorn. He looks a little disappointed in his performance. And Oleksandr Usyk may be the new man at 91 kilograms.
The winning is Russia.
We're going to get the decision in just a moment. And the winner is Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine. Another monumental upset here in the semifinal round, in the quarterfinal round. A monumental upset in the quarterfinal round here of the 2011 AIBA World Boxing Championships, as Oleksandr Usyk of the Ukraine unseats number 1 in the world ranked Artur Beterbiev of Russia. Take a look at the action from round number 3. Big left hand by Usyk on the right temple of Beterbiev, and that tells the entire story of this bout. Beterbiev may be a bully, but Usyk was a bigger bully